Welcome to the video on one of the most feared topics in reasoning, syllogism. For this topic, you really need to get your basics right. And that is what we are going to do in this video. We will not look at any technique or any rule. We will just understand the basics really well and look at their applications with the help of different questions. Basically, in syllogism, there are two or more than two statements which are given in the question. These are called premise. A premise is a statement which is assumed to be true and from which conclusions can be drawn. Here, the important point is that we have to assume the statements given as true. It does not matter whether they are factually correct or not. Now, from the given two statements, some conclusions can be drawn. So, several conclusions will be given in the option choices. We just have to pick up the conclusion which can be derived logically from these given statements. Coming back to the premise, these often start with the words all, some, no and some not. We will understand each type one by one. The most basic and efficient method to learn syllogism is using Venn diagrams. Let's start with the first type, which uses all as the initial word in the premise. All A's are B's. Here we have taken two terms involved in the premise as A and B. So now this statement is telling us that all A's are definitely B's. All the elements present in A are present in B as well. So we represent A in a circle like this. Now because it is given that every A is equal to B, that means there is no A which is not B. So A will be inside the bigger circle which is B. If you have watched the basic video on sets, then it should be clear that A is a subset of B. One very important point to remember, this is the basic diagram for this premise. Basic diagrams are certainly true based on the statement given. They are drawn on the basis of least or minimum overlapping between the two groups. What is minimum overlapping? The extent of overlap is of three kinds. In this case, the two circles are overlapping only to some extent, that is minimum for both. In the second case, A is completely overlapped by B, but B is overlapped by A only to some extent or partially, not completely, right? Here, the overlapping is said to be moderate. In the last case, both the circles are completely overlapping each other and hence overlapping is the maximum for this case. Okay, coming back to the possibilities. Possibilities are those which may be true but are not definite. We will show them using possible diagrams. For example, there is a possibility in which all A's and all B's are exactly similar to each other. So, possible diagram will be somewhat like this. All A's are B's. It is still following from this diagram, right? This is only a possibility and it's not necessary that this is always true. So, for all A's are B's, we only have these two diagrams. Now, let's look at the different types of statements and check whether they are definitely true, definitely false, or are just possibilities for the given premise. We have these statements with us. First one is all B's are A's. Now in the basic diagram, this is not true. Some B's are outside A as well, but from the possible diagram, we can see that this particular statement is true. These types of statements which can be inferred from the possible diagrams come under possibilities. Second statement is some A's are B's. Now we know that all A's are B's. So it is pretty much understood that if all elements are part of something, then some will definitely be a part of that something as well. For example, suppose we have a dozen of mangoes which are all Alfonsos. Now, if I pick some of them, say 3 of them, it is quite obvious that all 3 of them will be Alfonsos as well. So, this statement is definitely true. Next statement, some A's are not B's. This is definitely false because we know that all A's are B's. So, there is not even one A which is not B. Next statement, some B's are A's. From both the diagrams, we can easily observe that there is at least one element in B which is also in A. So, we can safely conclude that some B's will definitely be there in A as well. Let's look at the next statement. Some B's are not A's. According to the basic diagram, it's clear that this is a true statement. But if we look at the possible diagram, we can see that there is not even one B which is not there in A. All B's are A's. So, this statement in this case is false. True for one case and false for another. That means it's a possibility. Next we have no A is B. We know that all elements in A are there in B as well. So, no A is B is absolutely not possible. Same goes for the last statement as well. Here, the important thing is that whenever we come across any question which asks us to choose the correct conclusion, then we only choose the option which is definitely true. If any question specifically talks about possibility, then possibilities come into consideration. Otherwise, we only look for definitely true conclusions. Let's move to the next type. Some A's are B's. It means there are few elements in A which are also present in B. The intersection shows the region where both A and B are common. This is the case of minimum overlap, which represents the basic diagram. Now, suppose that there are no elements in only A, or say that region does not exist. So, it can be clearly seen that all the elements that are there in A will definitely be in B as well. That means all A's are B's. So, the possible diagram will be like this. Now, think of this in terms of B. Assume that there are no elements in only B this time. All the elements that are there in B will be definitely present in A as well. So, all B's are A's is also a possibility. For the third case, we will try to combine the first two cases. Assume that there are no elements in only A as well as only B. All the elements are present in the region which is common to both. For this, the possible diagram will be this. Let's look at different types of conclusions for this premise as well. The first statement says that all A's are B's. From the basic diagram, we can see that there must be some A's which are not part of B. So, according to this, the given statement should be false. But in the last possible diagram, which has the maximum overlapping, we can see that this statement holds good. So, this is a possibility. Next, all B's are A's. Pretty much the same as the first statement. So, again a possibility. Let's look at the third statement. Some A's are not B's. So, according to the basic diagram, there are some A's which are not B's. So, this seems a correct choice. But in the third possible diagram, we can see that all A's are B's. There is not a single element which is not B. this becomes a possibility. Fourth statement says that some B's are A's. From the basic diagram only, it is clear that there are some B's which are equal to A, or we can say that there are some elements in B which are also present in A. So, it should be a definite conclusion and hence it is true. Next we have some B's are not A's. Again, in the basic diagram, this seems to be true, but according to the third possible diagram with the maximum overlapping, it is clear that this will only be a possibility. Next we have no A is B, which is clearly not true for the basic diagram only, and hence we can call this statement as definitely false statement. Same goes for the last statement as well. Let's move to the third type. No A is B. This is the simplest of all the types. In this case, there is no such possible diagram. Either the conclusion is definitely true or definitely false. It is represented using a straight line and a cross on it. This is a negative statement. For this premise also, let's check all the possible conclusions that may follow. There are no possibilities as we have only one diagram. Either the statement will be definitely true or definitely false. The first statement is all A's are B's, which is definitely false. Same goes for all B's are A's as well. Next we have some A's are B's, which will again be wrong as it is given in the statement that there is not even a single element common in A and B. Some statement is a bit tricky one. Some A's are not B's. Go back a little. There we discussed that if all A's are B's, then obviously some A will also be B. We took the example of mangoes and Alfonsos. Same will be the case here. If no A, not even a single A is there in B, then obviously some A's will also not be B. Next we have some B's are A's. This is same as the third statement which stated that some A's are B's, which we concluded as a false statement. Using the same logic, we can conclude this statement as a false statement as well. Now, second last statement. Some B's are not A's. Similar logic as that applied in statement 4, and therefore this is also definitely true. No B is A. It should be obvious that if there are no elements of A in B, then no elements of B will be there in A. Hence, no B is A is a definite conclusion. Last type that we are going to discuss is some A's are not B's. This is a unique case of a premise. In this, no definite conclusion can be drawn on the basis of this statement alone. Here, it is known that there are some elements in A which are definitely not there in B. But nothing can be said about whether there are any elements of A which are there in B or not. Possible diagram can be when some elements of A are in B and some are outside B. Another diagram could be when all elements of B are in A. That is basic diagram of all B's are A's. Another possibility is when no A is B. Now the possible conclusions. The first conclusion says that all A's are B's. The given premise itself says that there are some A's which are not B's. So this conclusion can never be true. It is definitely false. Second statement says that all B's are A's. Don't be in a hurry to mark it just definitely false. Look at the second possible diagram. and you will notice that here this statement holds good. So this is clearly a possibility. For third and fourth statement, it is clear from the first possible diagram that these conclusions should be true. But the third possible diagram states that these are false. Hence, some A's are B's and some B's are A's are possibilities. Next we have some B's are not A's. Looking at the first and the last possible diagram, it's clear that this should also be a possibility. Now we have no A is B and no B is A. When there is no object in common between A and B, we can see that any element in A you take will not lie in B. So these are also a clear possibility. Based on what we have covered till now, I have made two tables which will help us in selecting the correct conclusion. With the help of these tables, we will be able to decide whether we have to check for possibilities or not. First table will be used when we come across any positive conclusion, that is, all A's are B's and some A's are B's. Here, if any positive conclusion is true from the basic diagram, then it is definite that it will be true for all the possibilities. So, we don't need to draw any possible diagram for such cases. Now, when it is false, we do not consider it as definite conclusion. It can be either a possibility or it will be false. In specific cases where possibility is given in the answer choices, we have to make the possible diagrams. Or else, in maximum cases where definite conclusions are asked, we can straight away reject the positive conclusion which is false according to the basic diagram. Before we wrap up this session, there is just one thing that I want you to note. Questions based on possibilities rarely come in exam. Most of the times the questions are with definite conclusion only. Now even if you forget this video and remember this one thing, that if the negative conclusion is true, then only we have to draw the possible diagrams. Or if the option contains the statement that this is a possibility or this is not a possibility, then we draw the possible diagrams. Otherwise, most of the questions could be answered just by the basic diagram only. We will look at some good questions in the next video and try to apply whatever we have learned so far. We will also look at the use of the table that we have just discussed. Thank you.